In a land of towering mountains, lush with vibrant flowers and lively creatures, a gentle river meandered through the valleys, its waters so calm and peaceful that they seemed to sing lullabies to the surrounding woods. One day, a tall, dark, graceful man dressed in silver and black rode into this mystical place on a sleek black horse. He was a merchant of spices, seeking rare treasures, but lost his way in the pursuit of endless thirst, both for wealth and adventure. As he wandered, he paused at a stunning water stream, its flow toward the sun creating shimmering visuals and a soothing melody. Enchanted, he knelt to quench his thirst, feeling a moment of peace wash over him. Suddenly, out of the river leapt a giant fish, glowing with a pink hue and shining blue fins, soaring through the air in a dramatic splash, an astonishing sight that stopped the merchant in his tracks. The magnificent fish greeted the merchant warmly, warning him that continuing his journey ahead might bring calamity, for the natural balance of the land was delicate and threatened. Then, with a graceful jump back into the river, the giant fish advised, "Quench your thirst and return to your homeland for a while, my son." Shocked and bewildered, the merchant took the omen seriously, sensing that this mystical warning was meant for him, and decided to retreat, satisfied that he had received a sign. Months later, news reached him of an impending volcanic eruption near a town he was meant to visit for his spice trade, an ominous sign that echoed the fish's warning. Remembering the wise fish's words, he hurriedly mounted his horse and headed back to the river, eager to see if the creature's prophecy would come true once more. After traversing a deep, colorful forest, he finally arrived at the river flowing majestically through tall mountains, its waters shimmering with renewed vibrance. This time, as he knelt to drink, he observed that the water was flowing in the opposite direction, away from the setting sun, signaling a strange shift in the land's harmony. Despite the change, he drank from the river, realizing that something extraordinary was happening, something beyond ordinary understanding. He set up camp by the riverbank, waiting patiently for the water to change its flow back towards the setting sun, hopeful that the signs would lead him to the truth. A few days later, he watched as elegant flamingos waded through the waters, and suddenly, a swirling vortex appeared at the center of the river. The whirlpool grew larger and more intense, spinning the waters until they began flowing again toward the setting sun, a mesmerizing, powerful phenomenon. The merchant was thrilled, sensing that this was a divine sign, an affirmation that he was on the right path, guided by nature's mysterious forces. As the river's flow stabilized, he knelt once more to take a sip of water, eager to see if the giant fish would reveal itself again. Just then, the fish, glowing pink with shiny blue fins, splashed out of the water and hovered in the air once more, its presence awe-inspiring. "My son," the fish said reverently, "make your way north from here. There, you will find the life you desire. But remember, never return here, live your days in prosperity and happiness." With a final splash, the giant fish dived back into the river and disappeared into the depths, leaving the merchant filled with purpose and hope. Inspired by the divine message, he mounted his horse and rode northward, eager to discover the destiny awaiting him. He arrived at a village bursting with colorful flowers and joyful inhabitants, welcoming him warmly with open arms. In this new land, he found a beautiful woman whose grace and kindness won his heart, and they married, living happily ever after. In his later years, the wise merchant would sit by the fire and tell his grandchildren stories of the giant fish and the mystical river, stories filled with wonder and lessons. His grandchildren would laugh and dismiss these tales as fairy tales, impossible to believe, yet the old man would wink knowingly, his eyes twinkling with the secrets of that enchanted place. As the sun set in the distance, the wise grandfather would smile, remembering the adventure, and with a gentle chuckle, he'd say, "Some stories are meant to be believed, my children, sometimes, magic is real." So, when we are in sync and harmony with nature, nature itself protects, nourishes, and guides us with all its goodness and care. Thank you folks for joining me here. See you soon with a new story. Till then, take care of yourself.